Auzu billahi minash shaitani rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Salamu alaikum, my Muslim brothers and sisters, them, other brothers and sisters, them. Una dey listening to una beloved Islamic radio station, FM 91.7, the Ahmadiyya radio station. And of course, we did transmit from our mission headquarters number 15 Bad Street, Freetown, Sierra Leone. This is part 6 of the presentation we will call Letter to My Good Porson. And if you're not ready for enjoy this wonderful spiritual food, the Leone waste no time, but for go straight to Ram and give now. In part 5 in ending, we will talk about the philosophy of morals in Islam. Naturally, a man for provide for his wife and him picking them, he work very hard for able for sustain and feed him family, and for able for meet the needs them. If in intention, where it discharge in responsibility as a father na for please Almighty Allah, and because Allah na don't command for make man provide for him family, it will just like I said, that person they constantly they seek the pleasure of Almighty Allah. This hard work way they do, it will come under the category when they call pity or goodness, and it will make God go pay and good. If he apply the same intention to anything where they do in our life, then it will reform in life, and all in action then there will be actions of pity and goodness. If this is the intention where somebody they take for fend within it will give in family, then it's not possible for make a use any illegal means which then kind intention in the for deceive, for take bribe, intention for obey and please Allah. So it go on and live in true means them way then go pleasing to Allah. Workman also if we use honesty way they do in work, not to for praise the one we give and work so that it will get benefit from him and go get promotion, but now for please Allah, because Allah in will na say anybody where they work if for work with good intention, and if for work for make them trust them, if for honest and if for efficient. Allah also say the one way they give you work himself if for kind and if for be very good to the one way they give work. If all man reform intention in their manner they are so, then action then will change automatically. Life will be peaceful and almost like a paradise on earth. Make we look the degrees of morals there now. In Islam, moral get different degree and statuses. You go able to control them, so you go able to check your actions them and see if you increase or if you go beyond. Now chapter 16 verse 91 of the Holy Qur'an, Almighty Allah talk say, for true Allah say una for do justice and una for do good to una company them, and when una give like say na una fumble and say una digi, and una not for do anything we not clean or open evil and transgression them. According to the various degrees of evil where this verse talk about, the lowest na the one we call transgression. Then after that one they talk about open bad, and then thing we not clean or indecent. On the side of goodness, the lowest na the one we call justice. Waiting pass down then a grace where it means say you instinct and your nature they do good all the time. Then waiting past grace na say you they do good to all man like I say na you fumble. Transgression it means say then thing the way then they cause pain and bring a sorrowful situation come to the one where they do them against. Where you they violate other people in right. For cause, for knock somebody, for thief, then kind thing in there. So any of them kind action there so then they cause pain and suffering to other people them, and they infringe their right. That's according to the Quran a transgression. Open evil or open bad, where people then they see clear one. Now them bad action the way other people they not like. Generally for the cause. Bad hygienic practices them like you the urinate in a public or you the pit, a clean place society people them boku, or something where they affect other people and sensibilities them and they hurt them feelings them. Indecency, na them bad them way, they not necessarily they affect other people them, but if they not take them with them, then tendency they say boku evil go come up on them. It means say in that sense they then kind thing and they is not good for somebody in moral and spiritual progress. For example, bad idea them can kind of the mind. Like what we been done say inside Islam, what you they think about, also Islam they take them like a good or an evil action, because then at the propeller way from there any action can happen. All man able for check the action them and the moral them. From the example they also, and of course can work for reform them for change the bad ones them. You can also judge how fast or slow you progress in terms of spirituality and morality. You know, we say no more begin with open bad force, then what done with then they go to transgression, or make a done force with open bad before I go to indecency. You can begin for try for change all them bad there so at the same time. So when you reform or change one degree, it can help you for able for change the other one. And when you check yourself and see which of the faults them you do too much, Then you can pay particular attention for try for stop that bad day. For try for change and for pull bad na very important stage of moral development. But elect self you pull all the bad habits and you get by yourself, still they no go call you somebody where you get high morals them. High moral, it means that you forget virtuous morals them. The person no go glad no more say I know the thief, I know they kill, I know they rape, they unlock people them, they pan no dirty habit, they think bad in them, and they plan bad. It go only satisfy say sometimes you don't able for left in bad habits there. But get the satisfaction say you don't achieve virtue or high moral. This go mean say you don't cover one stage of moral reformation and development. But the second and more important stage still the wait for make you able for cover than the back. We mean say if for try for be righteous now, for they do good, like a something way na part of them. It means say if for just in indecision, if for always apply justice, for treat people them with goodness, and help people and like I say na infamble and self or himself they help. Grace means the person in moral qualities and they don't so well develop that. If in they do you good, in your good way they do, it pass you on far away. If you do and bad self, na good in they pay you back with. Allah say inside the Holy Quran, but then do you bad, you for do good. This they make somebody an enemy, it go turn to enclose party. For so you for do good like I say, not so you fumble or to yourself you do That's say way they do good, for put on your head say the person go do me good back one day. But if for just stand like a part of your own nature, for being but how the other people themselves then go appreciate or treat you back. If for always they do good, if for do good just like how naturally he love in family and he go do them good, that's not to all man. It just like I say, if you take stone, you stone only the os, then that the sweet only na in the commode. So you see, that sweet only na in no more na only the os. When this person reach the highest stage of moral development, then in whole system and existence, it turn to goodness in itself. Bad don't dump and completely. May we look this deep philosophy of Islam where they talk about moral development. Number one, according to Allah in law, you know which in good and which in no good. Then you can not say you intention them, that then go determine what you do. Now the tradition, the intention, what you think, and the objectives them, you go reform them. The principle way you go use for make every action into a virtue. Now what you think, where you don't define all the degrees them of morals, it just stand like I say mortal man, then don't classify them morally. So this means say all man can test himself for see whose degree and whose category they. This classification it gets big benefits because it make you determine for develop your moral all the time, and then they give you hope. If you think say the level we they is low, then you forget courage for try for take them to the higher and next stage. If you think say your moral not good, then you for try for change yourself and you for determine for do that. And if you see say from stage to stage you progress, then this self will give you more courage for continue the good. We picking go school the first term, and you think about which next you get for doing a school one term. And now they think about high education. You want go from one class to the other class. As they progress in a school, they get more hope and they get more confidence. And it begin enjoy say they progress now. But one difference between the school bobo and the moral classification of somebody, now one stage all the subject then now one green class that they picking good one. And some picking them then good pants on subjects them. But the moral student in get in classification on different levels them. For some it in a high level, for the other one them not in a high level. Islam they give detailed arguments and directives them about specific morals them and then scope and the interaction. If you look the philosophy of the teachings of Islam with the holy founder of Jamaat Ahmadiyya, right, you go able to develop this and study them more. This study will make you appreciate say no other religion not they wait on the detailed instruction and education as far as morals and concern past Islam. Other instructions in there about sociology, economics, politics, international relations. This una go see in the other book who been telling away the title na Ahmadiyya Through Islam. Now may we look married life. Pan all social relationship, married it can force. The first circle of mortal man in life na the family. And family in foundation then build and pan married. Like what we don't tell una Islam they consider the cause and the motive of the relationship. And if it be based on pity or goodness, so with the blessing of God, the human race will continue. The mutual attraction between man and woman is natural and also emotional. Like other natural emotions them, the emotions itself we call them good or bad, but na the intention and the occasion na go make them good or bad. Islam say the first thing na the married road, na which they call nikah, that na for express your intention for say you want for get this woman here so according to what in God say. for please God and for do good and for continue the life of the human race, then decide for form a permanent marital relationship. This proposal, then they do them in front of witnesses them, then they go announce them, and then they go fix a dowry with the man for pay the woman, and this self then go announce them. This na legal and Islamic condition them, we will say they are the building blocks them of this relationship. Still without the spiritual connection, this relationship just like the other one not go able for reach in true objective. Then condition they also we don't mention, then satisfy at least the decree, but still for able forget goodness or pity. Islam they give some other explanation them about how for PQF, Holy Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu he says some people in a gentry than they look for. Some na family we get respect, and some other people them na the finest than they look. He say about the believer in for concern about them factors them we go complete the spiritual requirements them. Now the case, the intention for be based on goodness or pity. Holy Quran say you for PQF with good intention and pity inside your mind. He say because what you try for do na say you try for build your future through marriage, and anything will concern your future you for consider and well before you go inside it. This means physical beauty enough for be your priority where you want choose your wife, but spiritual beauty na woman way they pray, they fast, they talk fine to people them, they respect people them, not to woman way like plaba, they dress properly how Islam say woman for dress, not they expose himself. Now then small details I also about in morals and in behavior, that the first thing and then they way for attract you. Like the Holy Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he say, we're not married today for divorce tomorrow. You married for build the foundation of your own family where you know it will continue from generation to generation. So the woman when are the prime minister of the house, you get for make sure say a day in accordance with all within Almighty Allah say woman for be before you pick them. So the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam when he tell you say no look for gentry, no look for the family in respect, no look for the woman in fine one, but your intention for make the choice of having a woman if they in line with fulfilling all the spiritual requirements them. For example, if you are member gentry, then it means that the man for able for afford financially for take care of his wife, and of course the picking there will come afterwards. If he not able for take care of this responsibility, then the Holy Quran say no mago for go married. Wait so till Almighty Allah open the road for you where you go able, then you married. And where you wait this wait here, you never put yourself by anything where Almighty Allah in our ones, but you for always keep yourself pure. Now true say physical appearance is also important. The two people and then select themselves, not to say we one see in comping height and it go well in heart. So the Holy Quran say when a married woman them we on a leg. The family business you for always think about, and the man come on your side, the woman self come on your side, and then can join for build one family. If they underestimate them, then some social problems them, they can create serious situations and way Satan can exploit. So the Holy Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam advised us say not take the material things them as the aims and objective of marriage, but rather take the spiritual ones them, so then go able for help you for go with the fluctuation of marriage, because marriage na fluctuation, nothing where they go up and nothing where they go down. So if you build the foundation only on physical things them, material things them, then you're not able to follow the rhythm of up and down. But if you build your foundation on spiritual, base, then of course you go able for accept whatever condition happen, and you say, well, my aim and my objective now for please Almighty Allah. Anything will happen, prosperity, adversity, sickness, health, anyone will come, I tell Almighty Allah thank you. For example, if man want married woman because the woman is fine, or because the woman in papa get some very high position, or sometimes because not gentleman, we see that the spiritual condition present pan this man intention, all which they look for now for material things. It can be said the woman and the family and the people that with themselves, they not be seen too much about religion and God in business. Or sometimes the woman it gets some sickness where it not go fit mortal man in nature. Or sometimes it not possible for them again for able for born picking. The issue in this way una go need for sort out. So it good for perform what we call istikara. That's now before you start any project, you put unto God, let God go direct you and go take care of all the unforeseen aspects them way go happen. So that with the grace of God, you will able to make the right choice. For decide for married, now one of the most important decision where mortal man go take in life, it affect the rest of the mortal man in life and also the next generation. So it's necessary for take all the care and precaution and for think properly and for pray boku for make Almighty Allah go make a very safe and enjoyable journey for you. Once you don't make the choice, the man for member say inside marriage the woman himself in sacrifices them boku, waiting the woman they do a boku. Plenty time the woman inking young past the man. Women say you no go get experience like the man. Sometimes the way they bring her up, you not exposed too much to the world yet. What he don't use, na the warm love way he been get na in your family. When he married, then he get for left the company of them their ones they also way he been get inside in family and for start a new adventure. The relationship where they establish with the family of the man where they married them at times na some very strange relationship because the family in a strange family. It just like I say at the beginning in life fresh with somebody when a stranger. Naturally, it go afraid small, waiting get for happy. It go anxious, it go want know, it go good or it go bad. That's notwithstanding, it go take courage, say, well, I pray make the future it go bright for me upon this marriage. Make we not forget, say, naturally, Almighty Allah, He make woman them with some very sensitive nature as for compared to man. The way then they feel different from the way man they feel. It's possible, say, in the beginning, you're not able to tell a man properly what he feel and what he go need. So if not so it happen, it means the responsibility for in comfort and in happiness. It is totally in a man in your hand. If the man in attitude not to perfect, affection, get good feelings for the woman and kind to the woman and show the woman a lot of charm, then the woman can vex small or discourage. And this can be the beginning of, a very bad situation in terms of the relationship. The husband for always remember say if I encourage the woman, make them all two then have hope on God. Both the man and the woman then for like themselves, then for sorry for themselves. And in the beginning of this married relationship, the woman and the man then get for take them too much for make sure say nothing bad no happen. Boku them inside the first few months or years, then the man and the woman then go know how the marriage go turn, if you go sweet or if you not go sweet. If you get for treat your wife kindly, it means say you not go forget your wife in family. Then say if you for respect them and treat them with kindness. So you woman, you not go hurt them in any way, and in natural feelings them of the respect we get for in family, in case the man not agree for respect in people them, can possibly make the way they feel about a man, they go wound in feelings them. The man himself, it expects say in a very natural manner, the woman go consider inside of your family like say that the woman in family. They go respect them and they go cooperate with them. Just like how the woman himself they expect say the man for treating parents them and relatives them with kindness and respect. Holy Qur'an chapter 2 verse 229 Almighty Allah say, the woman then right is similar to the duties them. It's not correct for the husband in one grain enjoy all your rights the normal. And they respect the woman in your rights them. Almighty Allah say you for behave with kindness to your wife them. Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in talk say the best of the Muslims them na the one they would behave best with their wife. Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam he talk about how for treat woman then say now from the side bone where they call rib na they then take make woman them and the part of the bone where it bend past all that na the one way in the up. If you try for straight that bone the way it bend naturally you go broke them. But if you left one like I did, then it go dey in bend one because na so a make. So treat your woman then kindly. This na parable say woman then nature a bend, but not see wetin bad panda nature dey. Because na so then turn. Instead, look for wetin good about them. Na make it say not try for straight am. If you try for straight am, it go broke. So you for like am and manage am like how it dey. The man and woman then get for spend the rest of their life together. Then not go able for stop am. Plaba must come and it must be say some of the habits them they not like am. Almighty Allah they advise say when them kind thing and they happen, una not take ori decision. Then for always appreciate the deep wisdom with Almighty Allah. It take make say all man no go get the same feeling. You go like this, me no go like am. I go like this, you no go like am. Na big wisdom. Almighty Allah don't tell we plenty times say you go like something where they see the danger with the inside there, or you go hate something where go see the good with the inside there for you. If you see one habit pan the man or the woman where you not like, not look that one day. Look for the 100 of other habits them where you like. Almighty Allah himself don't talk na the Holy Quran about the relationship between man and woman. Say that likeness na input na the man in heart and na input na the woman in heart. So una go be comfort for one another. So who you are married you for member say you did do am for please Almighty Allah. Na God no more you for please. If that's not the foundation on which you build you married, then surely you go be married will go get life and married will go resist evil. The intention for good and you for take care for discharge all your responsibilities them inside married. Just like a way you angry you eat food. But if you greedy too much and you want eat pass mark, then you go run belly. And that's not gonna be well body for you. So waiting good na say you reason for married na for please God. If this not to your objective, any other one you take na just mere carnal objective, where even the lower animal themselves then get them kind of feelings in it. And then it will prove to be dangerous for your moral and spiritual life. The man gets the first responsibility not for making wife vex. Now the most delicate relationship this between mortal man them married. And the beginning na the most trying days them. So it's necessary say the man and the wife them for respect themselves and then feelings them and then for trust themselves also. For no better one about married, if we look one talk with the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam talk, be big sense the inside there. He say even before you want meet your wife, you for pray. And the prayer we can make na say, "O Allah, protect we, make fence or barrier between we and Satan from all in bad them, and pull all kind bad come off from this issue here, so when I use self don't provide them for we." But could they for land pan this prayer with the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is show the husband and the wife. Number one, you realize the standard pan the married relationship, and Allah the guide you how you mind for approach this. It also teach we say the way you mind the and your emotion before you and your man on a meet, it will also affect the picking one get for born. Even science don't prove say this not true. What in the man and the woman they do and how then they think and how the emotion then they before they meet, it affects the picking when not born yet. It means say the training of the picking, it begin from the time way the man and the woman they meet when they not born the picking yet. The time way with Almighty Allah in your blessing, the parents them then they expect it and get forget picking. Then the man in need for be very kind to the woman. For sure the woman a lot of affection, because within the woman depend a very big sense of obligation and difficult period where you get this belly. During this period the woman it take care of two life in yon and the pikin in yon, and in most cases the woman in yon well body it not in normal because pikin depend you really need for sorry for them and show and love that day. Boku work na also not fit am, although it need for do some small work them. What they eat, you for look am and watch am. If for exercise small, if for get a lot of fresh air, and for do anything we go make it think too much, we go hurt him feeling or we go make it suffer. In short, the husband, the way we love and the way they feel for a woman, where they in this very delicate situation if we increase boku. The Holy Qur'an says don't talk about this. He say in mama de bearam inside weakness upon weakness, and for winam it take 2 years. Apart from the fact say you for kind to your wife and show him a lot of love and emotion where they pan this situation, the man for the pray all time. And no way no the way you go show you woman love pass say you they pray for him all time for make Almighty Allah help him pan this situation where they. The baby where they not born yet, instead you for put him pan the prayer. Him with the wife when I get for born for you. Islam don't talk about how woman they born Pekin and how for train the Pekin. Just like how you they born the baby, then get for call the Muslim prayer when they call Azan na in right ears and the takbir na in left ears. The wisdom pan this na say the parents them then get the responsibility for train the Pekin them in accordance with the principles and objectives them where Allah put pan this call to prayer when they recite na the baby in right ears and left ears. Today we read too much campaign and talk about the rights of women then right. Just like how mortal man don't lose patience pan boku of the world affairs them. Some people in don't pass mark pan den kind thing there so. Other one them then don't take different route them. Holy Quran it don't establish the right where it talks say woman then get same right and duties them just like a man themselves, and it don't explain this good one. For say the relationship between man and woman, man them then are the senior partner, doubt not about that. But as mortal man and woman they're all equal. But then self then can see the difference where nature it don't create between the all two. From them functions them and responsibilities them within their life as mortal man. Because of their responsibilities and also and functions them, the man then get very heavy duties. The woman their own duty is not heavy like the man in own. How God make them physique and then faculties them a day in accordance with the responsibilities and where they all two for discharge, the one will get heavy one and the one will not get heavy one. God do all this with wisdom so that all man go able for discharge in responsibility with ease and enjoyment. Imagine if na man supposed for get born where he not get the faculties them and he not get the natural things them for help and for born. It go be say you want put the man inside hell. Similarly so, something in the way man for do a woman and not get the natural faculties then for do am. If you put the woman for do that kind of thing in the, then it means say you don't put the woman in hell. So according to how God make all man and woman, he give them the responsibility which suits the natural, constitution. We all know say the number one responsibility for work very, very hard and take care of the family. Na man na gets that one day. For provide for them comfort to the best of his ability. For protect the family. And if trouble come, for able for safeguard the family. Now the world, anytime we partner relationship dey, one of the partner them forget slightly much more responsibilities and slightly much more rights than the other party, so that if disagreement dey, then go able for call an arbitrator or a neutral person for judge between them. Then rights there, so you no go use them, at every opportunity or circumstance. The man and the woman, if they all two, then take care of their responsibilities, them and their rights. Good one. Then the issue of me right and you right, no go come. But if things don't work out well, and then they get for look who they get right or who they not get right, then if for clear who they get the authority for carry them out. Islam don't make arrangements them for able to get possible solutions anytime way the man and the woman things they know they move. The details and so much that even a short journey provision there for them. So it means in the form of a parable, Islam they look married like a journey where the man and the woman they get for go. So they need a spiritual guide in the person of an Amir, a spiritual head, where a forbidden arbitrator, a forbidden referee, where in difficult times, then for go to them, and when he listen to them, whatever decision they get for take, then for trust them, say, he take this decision with the fear of God in my heart. Also, in the marital life, the man says na a kind of Amir between the man and the woman, the spiritual head of the family, vis-a-vis the relationship to God. Number one, na the man in your hand ide. And why make Almighty Allah create this wisdom in married life? Now because man get the difficult responsibility for provide for the family, for secure and for bring comfort come to the family. Also, since in the breadwinner, now him forget the last say in terms of the budget for the family, the expenditures them. Apart from all this, you yourself don't see how Islam give the man the great responsibility for make sure say a kind to a woman, a loving woman, a being woman, a supporting woman, and use every possible opportunity for transform the relationship into a paradise instead of a hell. But let us not forget, say, not to all man good. Some people them, irregardless of all them conditions they have, so way Islam don't put in place so that the married go turn like a paradise. People in the way they know they treat them wife them good at all, and they know they treat the man themselves good at all. So man then the way they know they give the woman the right at all. And if the situation favor the woman, so woman themselves then the way they know they respect the man them at all. For them bad man then they treat them wife them like I say na boy na them house. And Islam not permit this at all. For the woman themselves, then they treat the man like say the man not even fit self forbid them boy them, and Islam not permit this at all. Saying day of the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam say, for worship na Almighty Allah in exclusive right. If Almighty Allah be ever foretell mortal man for worship other thing apart from himself, then he been foretell the woman for worship a man. But where this not possible, na Almighty Allah get worship the woman if for respect a man, he respect him back. We also don't quote several verses of the Holy Qur'an and the sayings of the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we protect the woman in well-being under the married. We give the man the absolute right for make sure say the woman a day inside heaven upon the married, and he not do anything for disturb the woman in feelings them. Islam give the woman freedom of thought and opinion in the relationship. Woman self able for take some decision. Woman not to slave inside Islam. If the two parties do not get their rights and responsibilities, then they're not go able for run the home in peace. Some matters them, they not go complete and they not go perfect. Now the situation in this way, Satan can take advantage of and bring hell one time inside the relationship. And when kind thing anything happen, the innocent victims them, that the picking the way they don't born, inside any broken home, the people when they suffer most, that they picking them. Now I make Islam say the man get the heavy responsibility for support spiritually and physically, and the woman himself for able for succumb and be subordinate, considering in rights them to a husband for make sure say they're married, it result for be a kind of paradise instead for make it be a hell where all man go suffer. Make Almighty Allah help all the people who are married in Sierra Leone and other parts of the world for enjoy a paradise kind of relationship, and make Almighty Allah pull Satan come far away from them. Brothers and sisters, them wanna be listening to a beloved Islamic radio station, FM 91.7, the Ahmadiyya radio station, and we transmit from the mission headquarters on number 15 Bad Street, Brookfields, Freetown, Sierra Leone. The program na letter to me good porson, and the presenter na the one who na sabi, Mr. Yusuf Kume of the Ahmadiyya mission na Sierra Leone and Guinea. Make we see now wetin the Holy Qur'an talk or wetin Islam talk about for train picking them. Married, it don't form the family unit, and with the family unit, it don't form, then stranger then they come, with then stranger then they call them picking them. So Islam, don't neglect this important sector. Picking them get for come, and the picking them you for train them, because picking when you get training, then definitely it's like a rotten fruit way nobody no want them. Number one, Islam say you for train the picking them and bring them up with love and affection, with a lot of tenderness. On the side of the picking them, Islam direct them for be obedient to them parents them and for respect them. In both situations, Islam not dey against spare the rod and spoil the child, and Islam also tell the pikin say, except otherwise, your parents then tell you say, let you worship any other god apart from Allah. You the pikin in that situation, then you able for say no to your parents, but in all good things them, then you for obey them and respect them. So Islam they maintain the balance between the rights of the pikin and the rights of the parents them, and not they exaggerate them, because we don't see situations them and places where they exaggerate them, then eventually waiting they happen at the creation of hell upon earth. As the pikin and they grow, the parents and they become old. That time they the responsibility they on the side of the pikin them for increase their love and affection we then get for them parents them, and for serve them parents them in a most suitable manner. Holy Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, don't teach we say one of the best things them for do and how for train you picking them. Unfortunately today, Bokup and we will not pay attention to this good advice. It simply say una honor una picking them. That means say, along with the love and affection we for show the picking, you for treat them with respect also. This will make you picking and then go get confidence, and it will make them go get courage, and then go able for learn good morals and values them easily. Now some countries them, parents are not busy about how for train them picking them. Then they left all the responsibility most of the time na the woman they hand, the man them, they always get excuse for run away from this great responsibility of training the picking them. Some they your idea na say they will bring teacher for can train the picking, or then go put in a boarding home at a very young age. One thing the way Islam the land when I say nothing no the way go able for replace the role of the parents them as far as training the picking is concerned. You way you move away from this responsibility as a parent, waiting they happen or waiting they call alienation. You go just stand like a stranger to your picking. And when this happen in a later stage, it will be very, very difficult for remove them. You picking will still look you like a stranger. You not go see any bond. You not go see why make it for call you papa or mama, because you not sure why make you deserve that title later in life. It just stand like I say fence down there between you and you picking or some kind of screen. And that one day it is suppress, the expression of some very profound natural emotions them. So this now for deprive you picking them from some very huge advantage, and on the other side the parents them, especially the papa himself, it will be deprived from the love and some other natural affections them where the picking them forget for them people them. Holy Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam talk say, the one when they respect the big one them, and they show them love and affection also to the one they were then young. He said that person they not a Muslim. So if they respect the big one them, if you not love the young one them, according to our beloved master Holy Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, you not a Muslim. Islam they urge we for treat the wife and the picking them with boku love and kindness. Similarly, so it remind we say we not for make the love we love with family, make we forget about Almighty Allah completely. Almighty Allah, I don't tell we say the family, it give we just like a something for take test we. It means say as test, how you treat your family, now in the test for you. You not for neglect your duty to your family. That's not in accordance with pity and goodness. And in the other hand, the test na say, you not go so love your family that you go forget about God when the creator will create you and give you that family day. Although not to exaggeration for talk say, for love your family, na the main objective of the family, and for fulfill them wishes and the necessities them, that's not for make you adopt some wisdom, we go pull you come off from the commandments of Almighty Allah. That could be against pity and goodness. For example, some people then they take bribe just for take care of their family, or then they defend gentry by deceiving other people them, just for meet the needs of their family. So Islam, it don't put limitations them. We mean say you for love your family, na very desirable quality, as long as your intention behind that, na for please first and foremost Almighty Allah. And that for pass your own material wishes them you need for your family. It means that you for control the love of your family to in your extent way it not go bring problem for your family and it not go bring problem for God. The picking them then get the strict warning for respect and obey them parents them in all good things. and for treat them most kindly. Holy Qur'an 17:24-25, Almighty Allah talk say, the Lord don't command say, una no worship nothing past him, and una for kind to una parents them. If one pan them or them all two, then all, and then they with you, not tell them any word who will make them vex, and not do them anything bad, but talk to them good one, and fine one, with good word them. One important aspect of this verse we for think about and say, Almighty Allah, He don't mention obedience and for treat your parents them very kindly. And that come immediately after the Almighty Allah tell you say na in one grande, that is the unity of Allah, the exclusive right say Allah na in one grande, nothing no near him. Immediately after that, He bring the parents and issue come. This means say Allah they take the respect of the parents them and for treat them very kindly as big issue inside Islam. Islam also they teach say you for be kind to some other relatives them according to their status inside the family. If you don't notice, Allah don't show which in forget high morals them like a virtue and goodness, but they inside mortal man like some very natural qualities them. Just like how in natural for you kind to you people them, na so goodness, and pity for deeper your nature, for see the whole of mortal man like a you fumble. Holy Quran chapter 4 verse 37, Almighty Allah say, una show kindness to una parents them, and to una fumble them, and then often they will not get mama and papa again, and then one the way they get boku needs them, that na the poor one them, to una neighbor them, when una fumble, and the neighbor will not to you fumble, and to you company where they near you, and to the stranger, and the one the way then they under una control. Islam also get instructions and say, even other creatures them like an animal and plants them, you for treat them with nobility and for be kind to them. Now may we look the general social etiquettes in Islam. Islam don't set rules and for table manner and other etiquettes them, for outside people and they gather, etc. All kinds social manner and regulations them, Islam explain them good one. Allah did direct the believer for spending life with dignity and with good behavior. The details of them master they also them very clear in Islam. So clear that small points then like for left space if una dey a gathering for people who then go can late, and not for left without the permission of the chair. All the inside the explanation them. For uphold your dignity, na issue where Islam don't take care of. To the extent that the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he say you not for eat na market them, and you not for waka up and down when na just one grain shoes then na your foot. Either you waka barefoot or you wear the two shoes na your foot. Instruction and they say the streets them you for clean them properly. And if anything then at the street way it go cause harm to person like for chukam or woundam, na your responsibility for pull and commode. Then different instruction and guidance then they for people the way then they do business. And all this then design them for ensure justice to all the parties them inside business. And you not for deceive anybody at all. It means the one where they sell for respect the one where they buy, and the one where they buy himself for respect the one where they sell. None of them not for try for deceive them company. Islam don't give 3 reasons and motives them for set up organizations them. Number 1, na for promote the helping of poor people them. Number 2, na for promote knowledge and research. And number 3, na for spread unity and peace amongst people them, be on national or international level. In short, then kind wonderful principles are so we then cover all aspects of human life, so that we will apply in our life, we go experience paradise na this very world before we go na the one we get for go we die. Na the responsibility of every Muslim them for study their etiquettes and other social details them properly and make sure say they act upon them. If not to that, God will ask you next world, why instead for transform this world into a paradise, you contribute for turn them into a hell. Make Almighty Allah give you the spirit for help we for do goodness and consider say, every mortal man now with life, it just like a young family, like a way Islam say, if you help one mortal man, it's like you don't help all the mortal man them. If you do bad to one mortal man, it's like you don't do bad to all the mortal man them. Now may we look the economic system where Islam it presents to the world. Now the kind system will go results to the situation we happened in the 1929 what they call the Great Depression. Now the kind system will go results to the situation what don't happen inside this we own time what they call the credit crunch. Now the kind situation we jokingly we they call facility modern allowance. Make we see waiting at the solution where Islam presents to the world in terms of economic structures. I will talk briefly about some few principles them of economic structure in Islam. The Western countries then they scrutinize, the economic structure in Islam for see if naim preferable for mankind or if not the young capitalist systems we based on interest. People and they go to such extreme that we young people and today then they adopt certain ways without properly reflecting on the system presented by their own religion when Islam. This it don't create a lot of problem in social and economic life. The first point for look na say Islam don't appoint a golden rule for all affairs. Moderation, for pass mark nothing. This rule a best and a good for all thing. Anything where you adopt the middle course, not doing too much or not doing too less. Moderation is the name of the game. In economics, Islam is not a support totally individuality that na for the you one, nor partnership that na for associate with other people them. Islam not they support any of them totally. Islam they recognize individual ownership to a certain point. We mean say different people and they get different capacities them, and some individual and then they make correct use of their capacities there so. Whilst the other one they not they do and so. Degrees them of usage then they. Different people them then they work on different standards them, and then they put in different efforts them. So according to Islam, a essential say them for reward them, then for pay them on different measures them. Mortal man in nature, it means say, not they put in maximum effort, except he get hope for own the thing in self or get some very good reward. All the same, as he recognize individual ownership, Islam don't lay down all sorts of restrictions them. As a result of this, the bad effects them of an extreme employment of this principle so then don't pull them. A fundamental principle of the Islamic economic system say where you try for create wealth, apart from the capitalists and other workers them, other people themselves then get share they. According to Islam, the true capital in this world so, we actually they create all the wealth in this world so, and all in treasures them, the ear and the heavenly bodies them, all them things there so then belong to the Creator when Almighty Allah. And nine out of generosity and grace, it don't give mortal man for control. So we will create wealth, along with the capitalists and the workers them, the whole of mortal man gets shared because Almighty Allah, nine get the exclusive right of ownership. And for the service of mortal man, Almighty Allah, it creates existence or the universe. So this means all mortal man get right by all wealth with the system they produce. This share, so Islam they call them zakat. By definition, the word zakat it means purifying for clean. So it means if we not pull this share when the natural share of nature, because everything belongs to the Creator and it make them for the creatures them, the wealth is not pure again. It means not to legal wealth. And if it's not legal, it's not wholesome. Because this kind of wealth, it get share where you for pay and pull from them. It means the system will not respect them, not to fear economic system. Like how some people can take zakat not to charity or alms giving. Now a tax where they levy on capital and income, and for pay an obligation on the one way he own property. Repeatedly, the Holy Qur'an, it don't ask or respect this. Islam don't fix rates them for this zakat yasu, and how for spend them, it clearly defined. Now the government in duty for collect this tax and use them on fixed objectives them. Only the government not get the right for use them on general obligations them. One of the uses them or most important now say them for use them for pay the staff them where they employ for collect them, for use them for the poor people in society, for create social and economic stability in a society, and other poor people then go get support and help from the same funds. Then go give scholarship to the one then way then at the field of education and research, where they're not able for earn a living yet. Skilled people where they not get capital for able for exercise and various disciplines them. They get some monetary help from this same source, so that they go able for start up some business. Now big shame till they say Muslim them, they don't completely neglect and abandon the payment of these zakat when are the purifying alms, and how for use them properly with respect to the instructions laid down by Islam and as practiced by the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The answer to all economic problems and necessity, not to anyone, past this purifying alms. Make Almighty Allah help with understand the deep philosophy and put them into use so that we go free from great depressions them and credit crunch them and unjust economic systems and where they create hell for the masses them, while few greedy and faithless, extravagant people them, then the plunder the wealth where Almighty Allah naturally he put for the whole of mankind. Amen. This is not the end of part 6 of Letter to Me Good Porson. I hope so wanna find them very useful. Which one at the arena so that in way it affect all aspects of human life. spiritual, moral, psychological, intellectual, and the only way you go get maximum benefit now for try for apply and make Almighty Allah help we for apply them every day in we life, so that we will get a taste of paradise in this world, and inshallah we will reach na the big side. God go sorry for we, forgive we, and give we paradise. This now, beloved Islamic station, the Ahmadiyya radio station FM 91.7, and we transmit from the mission headquarters on number 15 Bad Street, Freetown, Bluefield, Sierra Leone. Of course, me now na presenter Mr. Yusuf Kumer of the Ahmadiyya Jamaat na Sierra Leone and Guinea. I say assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to all.